Hey guys, what's up? My name is Art. I'm doing this video today because it's something I feel like I should do. Um, Yesterday, my union, my job has a union. We had a picnic, and I decided at first I wasn't going to go, and then I decided at the last minute to go. It was at Belle Isle, which is now a state park in south of Detroit. So what happened was I went there, had to pay $11 because I didn't buy the recreational pass. I'm like, since I don't go to metro parks or metro or state parks, why should I spend 10 extra bucks for a metro pass? Okay. Some people do it just because, okay, just in case if I have to go, I'm covered. I just said no, I'm not going to do it. So because I didn't do it, I had to pay 11 bucks to get into this park. So I'm thinking to myself, if every weekend about at least 100 cars go in there, that's like over $1,100 every weekend day. Think that's at least 100. So what happens? People go in there or they pay in advance. They could just go whatever. So I got to the picnic. It was loud. I mean, to tell you the truth, I pay like 10 bucks, 10 to 15 bucks every 2 weeks, which is $30 a month. And what happened is they have hamburgers, hot dogs, and sausages, and bottled water. They could have had some pop. I'm like, man, how come like, years ago they used to provide pop? Well, they skipped it last year. But the fun thing is that I spend money. I spend what's it, $30 a month times 12. 3 times 12 is 36. $360. I spent 300. Yeah, $360, right? Whew. Yeah, $360. That's just me. I spent $360 for my union, and to tell me you cannot you don't supply pop, you just buy your bottled water. Now I can understand. Okay, it's bottled water. They're trying to look out for your health. I can understand that, but I'm like, damn. Okay, fine. I look up, found the place. Took me a while to find it. So I was kind of upset because I had to spend 11 bucks to go to a picnic that I already paid for. was, so that was kind of funny. So I looked up. I said, you know what? I'll get my money's worth. Had 4 hot dogs and 2 bottles of water. After that, I just felt kind of. I mean, they were cold. They were cold, and I was drinking it. And I was like, oh my god, I'm feeling bad. I don't feel so good. And I'm sitting in this hot sun. I'm like, I'm not feeling so good right now. My other friend who came in, he didn't feel very well either. He didn't get a chance to eat, so he left. And so I made it home in time before I felt kind of sick, so I conked out and I slept for a good portion of the day. Between my sinuses and that food, I felt like I was so nauseous and boom, I was like, oh my gosh. But anyway, and I was like, sheesh, I could have just stayed home. Oh well, live and learn. Maybe next year they'll be do. Maybe next year instead of going there. I mean, the thing is, a lot of people looked up. It's like, well, you choose the The location is key. Location is key. If you want more people to show it, don't go to a place where you have to pay to get in. Go to somewhere that's free. But anyway, that's my rant for that. But today is Sunday, and the reason why I'm feeling like this, today is the memorial service for my ex-girlfriend. Now, tell you the truth, this girl put me through a ringer. This woman did put me through a ringer. The usual here's the thing. In a sense, was she a good person for me? I was technically a good person for her, but she was not a good person for me, in theory, and probably in practice. But the funny thing is that a lot of times things work out weird. Now, what happened was I left I left some. I sent a message on her obituary. Pay for a candle, online candle. Okay, fine, no big deal. I wasn't going to pay for cremate. She was already cremated. I Her sister asked me if I wanted. They were taking some of her ashes and making jewelry out of it. Okay, I said sure. So I paid a little money for that. So now all of a sudden I looked up and it's like the idea was for the last week and a half is whether I should actually show up for the service, the memorial service. It's like from what 2 to 4. So I think it just ended. I think it just ended. Was it 2 to 4 or 3 to 5? I can't remember. So if it was 2 to 4, it just ended like a couple minutes ago. Now the funny thing is that I would have had to drive about 3 hours there, 2.5 to 3 hours there. Some people that we both know, two girls wanted to go. So if I would have went, out of those two girls would have been with me. Okay, which is fine. But the problem was is that I talked to her sister in advance, and she wasn't really too cool having other people that, especially people she kind of knew but didn't really know at this thing. So I was like, okay, fine. So I said, okay, fine, no big deal. I looked up and I was like, 2.5 hours there, sit there for 2 hours. The only person I knew was her best friend and her twin sister and potentially her mother. I met her mother twice, okay, but we never talked. So that's the only people I would know. Tell you the truth, I don't. They probably won't even know. Some of them probably don't even know who what the hell I am. I know her best friend knows who I am. Her sister knows. Like I said, her mom knows who I am because, But other than that, no one knows who the hell I am. So I would just be sitting there. I would be sitting there for 2 hours. It's not. I mean, even if I didn't go, it doesn't mean that I didn't care for her. It's just the fact that I looked up. I talked to my man, Dynamite Kid 100, and he was like, "Man, you shouldn't go because they might try to ask you to pay for something." Which probably was true, or you did a lot for this person, and maybe why should you really go? Because you did a lot for this person. Okay. And I looked at it this way, and that's in a practical way. I looked at my emotions instead, and using I looked up and said 2.5 hours there, 2.5 hours back. 9 times out of 10, I had to go by myself because they wouldn't want anybody else with me. So that's 2.5 hours there and 2.5 hours back, which is like 5 hours of drive, 5 to 6 hours of driving. That just there and back. Not talking about driving into town to find out and all this other stuff. So that's 6 hours, which means that I would have had to leave by 10 o'clock this morning, 10 or 11 o'clock this morning to make it there on time. And I probably wouldn't get out of there until I probably wouldn't have got back home till 7 or 8 today. And I looked at it and I was like, that's a whole day. I have YouTube on pause. Okay, sorry. 7 hours, and people might talk to me for about 5 minutes. And I thought about it more. I said, you know what? No one really knows who the hell I am. I dated for the funny thing is I dated the girl for like 2 years, but no one knew who the fuck I was. So I'm like, why should I put myself through that? Why should I put myself through that? Some people say, well, you could say your final goodbyes to her. Yeah, I could, but like I said, I just thought the writing something on the obituary on the website. I think that was good enough for me. It's not the fact that I didn't love the woman. It's the fact that one, it'll be different if it would have been different if, say, for example, when I was dating her, her family interacted with me, talked with me, and all this other stuff. But I was kind of like, it seemed like I was like a deep secret that only a very few people knew about. And I'm like, why should I put myself through that? Some people might say, oh, that was kind of cowardly of you. Well, let's put it this way. She knew a lot of people. But the funny thing is that when she needed help, she always came to me. She didn't go to all those people. I don't know. The thing that sucks about it was that she claimed that she wanted to talk to me and stuff like that. Another girl that I both of us knew, that another girl, I talked about her in another video. She met up with her like a month or two ago. And she was talking about she wanted to make it up to me and something like that. So she told her, I'm like, what? Here's the thing. She told you that she wanted to make things up, make things right with me. But she never actually tried to make things right with me. Well, supposedly that she had a boyfriend at that time, which wasn't a good mix for her, so that's why she didn't do it. I'm like, well, hell, why should I care? I mean, do I care? The answer is yes, I do care for that lady. I don't care for what she did, but I do care for her. Okay? Don't get me wrong. And what happened was I told her sister this morning, I said, I can't even make it. Because actually, tell you the truth, because I was so sick yesterday, I didn't sleep at all. I probably didn't get to sleep till like 4 or 5 in the morning. And I woke up around about 10 or 11. I feel better now, but there was no way for me to, by the time I woke up, I'm like, there's no way I can get there. But anyway, the thing is, the point I'm trying to make is this. If she was a better girlfriend to me, I would have been there right now through hell or high water. But she was a shitty girlfriend to me. So I just do as much as I can, which I did. If someone is in your life and you really cherish that person, whether it's their friendship, lovers, or whatever, you stay in that person's life. You don't ghost them. You stay in that person's life. Even if you guys are not talking to each other at the moment, you stay in that person's life. I mean, tell you the truth, she ghosted me for 2 years. But she always was asking, but from what her sister was telling me, that she was always asking about me. Her best friend always was telling me she was always asking about what I was doing and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, what? How come you just don't call me up? You mean to tell me you couldn't just shoot me a text, say, hey, I know we're not talking right now. I just want to make sure you're okay and everything else. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. But you see what I'm saying? If you really care about somebody, you keep in touch with them. regardless if you have problems. Tell you the truth, there's some people with me I have certain problems with, but it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna stay not in touch with them to a certain amount of time. Now here's the funny thing is, you can say, well, what about your dad? You don't talk to your dad much. You're right, I don't. But I do know he's around still. But anyway, and so what I'm trying to do is that with people, I try to treat them with respect and honesty. If I don't feel comfortable telling you about something, I'll just say I don't feel comfortable talking about it. And I'll just leave it at that. I'm not gonna lie to you. And some people, that's what they do. Their operation is, I don't want them to know, so I'm gonna lie about it. Okay, fine. You can lie about stuff, but the problem is, does it really fucking matter? No, it don't. It all depends what kind of relationship you have with that person. Okay? So with that, I'm gonna. Tell you the truth. Right now, I was planning on going to the gym today, but right now I'm not in the mood for it. And even though if I do go, I might do very well. But still, if you're not in the mood, why go? Kind of thing. But anyway, if you like the kind of content I talk about, please subscribe. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. If you want to leave me a comment, please leave me a comment. I always want you to leave me a comment. Even if you think I'm fucking an idiot, that's fine. Even if you think I'm a fucking idiot, that's fine. At least leave me a damn comment. Okay? But anyway, with that, I'm going to go and try to find something positive to do today. Thanks.